Have I got a story to tell you guys? I used to know this girl. I'm not going to say her name. Yeah, I don't want to hurt her feelings. Her name was Guatemalania. Guatemalania. Yeah. Once upon a time, yeah. She was married to a white guy. And after she married a white guy, she was talking about his sisters because she was so jealous of his sisters because his sisters were educated and she would make fun of them, but they were probably nice people because he came from a nice family. You know what I mean? So she would make fun of her sister-in-law and say, my sister-in-law has cookie cutter houses. Why would you make fun of her? At least she had a cookie cutter house, right? She earned her cookie cutter house, right? But you made fun of her, right? And then you made fun of your aunt, right? Yeah. How did you make fun of her? Yeah. You set her up in North Carolina? Is that what you did? Yeah. And then you say, I'm not your niece anymore. Really? That's a blessing, girl. When were you my niece in the first place? You were never my niece. You're a Bible thumper. A Bible thumper she was. And she would Bible thump with the Bible. But you know what she did behind the scenes? Yeah. This Guatemalana. Yeah. Let me see what she did. She used to lie and cheat. And she would say, I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love my Jesus, right? But when her husband, her nice husband, who would go to work, she would call up her boyfriend, her Mexicano, because her boyfriend used to live with her father and she didn't have a laundry machine maybe at that time. I don't know if her laundry machine was broken or what, but she had to go do the laundry, right? She had to wash some clothes, yeah. She would go over there, yeah. And then they would, do the dirty, yeah. Yeah. Well, her husband was at work, yeah. And then when she had children, those kids were not even her husband's kids. Just imagine that. Just imagine looking at the kids and not knowing those are not your kids. But then you say you believe in Jesus? How do you believe in Jesus when you do that? That's what I want to know. Huh? How? Yeah. And that same husband was with you when you were in ICU, reading the Bible, sitting with you day and night, and you would do that to that nice man? And you will put negative seeds in his mind about me. I know that already. But I always respected your husband, I must tell you, because he was from a good family. Yeah. And he loved you very, very much. And when he finds this out, he will eventually, maybe he did already, that those kids are not even his kids. Wow. But you would say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And you're part of that Coven, right? The Coven group in North Carolina. That one. Do you remember how you set me up? Yeah, girl. You sat back and laughed, right? And how you messed up my Volkswagen, right? You sliced it up inside. I remember you sliced up my leather seats. Yeah. Oh my, you gonna pay, girl? It's time, said Jesus. The worst thing is that you cheated on your husband and then you thought, I'm a faithful woman. I'm so faithful, Jesus. You thought Jesus is blind, girl? No. And the sad thing is, your husband had a son from a different marriage, and I'm not making fun of your husband. I'm not. Or your stepson. You will put negative seeds in your husband's mind, and you didn't want to accept his son. Yeah, and you were doing magic on your husband so he doesn't think straight. Yeah, so you call yourself a woman? No, girl. I was so happy when you called me and said, I'm not your niece anymore. Never call us anymore. That's right. But you did so many things behind the scenes, didn't you? Yeah. You're going to pay. The time is here, said Jesus. The time is here. Yeah. You and your mother who steals my mail. So I don't get my mail and I don't get my inheritance, right? Because you stole my trust fund. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta tell you, man, you guys are you are a disgrace to Guatemalans. Guatemalan people are not like that. And your grandmother, Mama Abuela, man, that woman was a saint. She was a real angel. Click, click. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, she's an angel, right? Yeah. She watching you and she says, I'm not giving her any ancestral protection. No, you got no ancestral protection because you are a cheat and a lie, and you are the biggest narcissistic person I've ever known in my life. Like mother, like daughter, you both deserve each other. So your mom's gonna go to jail, but you're gonna go to a crazy house because you told everybody in North Carolina that I was crazy. You're gonna go to an asylum for the rest of your life. But I told Jesus, that's not fair, Jesus. Put that bitch in jail. Yeah. He said, no, she's gonna prove herself to be mental because you know she's mental because she did all that stuff to you, divinity. Yeah. I see every one of your stories. Yeah. Yeah. And when you used to call me over and say, Lena must eat, you would put poison in that food, wouldn't you? And then you would be like, damn, Mom, she's still alive? Yeah. And remember the time when you or your auntie Edith stole my purse and put it in the garbage can outside with my ID, my important paperwork in my purse? And when I called you, if you saw my purse, you said, "No, Lena Masi, I think you're losing your mind." Yeah, bitch, you gonna pay. Good luck, Guatemalan.